everybody, and welcome back to A Wee Touch of Madness, the podcast hosted by Madness Records. Now, today I've got a very special guest with me. I have Mr. Keith Barnes, a session drummer, would you believe? And he's also one of the directors of Madness Records. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Pleasure to be part of the podcast and, see what questions I get asked and how I answer them.
Well, I'm glad to have you on board with me tonight, to embrace me and my little project here.
Embrace me.
So, Keith, for the people out there who'll be watching this, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the sort of music that you do?
Right, where to start? So, session drummer.
The beginning, preferably.
Right, so my mum and dad, they met.
Not that far back.
Right, okay. So basically, session drummer. Been in and out of a few bands, sessioned for a few musicians, recorded for a few musicians, bought the t-shirt, owned the t-shirt. No, basically drummer, been doing it for quite a long time now, doing a lot of session work recently, worked with quite a few bands, recording, gigging sort of thing. As you know, part of Madness Records, was a talent scout, and then was lucky enough for you guys to turn around and go, why don't you get on board and be one of the directors? So I'm still doing.
And we've been regretting that decision ever since.
You wait to see what I've posted online. You're going to get inundated with people.
Oh, great!
It's it's good to be, not just a drummer, but also part of a label, a small independent label, to try and basically help people out at the start of careers, and also give them that realistic expectation that we are a small independent label. We're not going to get you rich and famous. It don't work like that. However, we're here to basically help get your name out there and just basically help you.
And it's also like in the way that, if you're willing to put the work in, we're willing to help you out as much as we can as well. And that's kind of what we're here for as well, isn't it?
And that's the best thing. And I will say in music is like life. What you put into it, you will get back out. So the more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. And it's also about how proactive you are. If you're lazy, ain't going to happen. If you're very, very proactive and you're happy to go out and bust your ass out, you'll see the rewards at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly right. So, but with that and moving on, can you tell us and the people at home about what your influences were to how you got started into music yourself?
Very, very well. How do I start? Strange question. Influences on that. So, wow. Grew up in Germany, military background, sort of thing. So,
does that mean you have a dual passport?
I've got dual nationality. Yes.
How did you feel about the England-German game then?
No comment. Yeah, so I kind of grew up on like 50s, 60s, 70s music, like the Shiftons, Dion and the Bellments, Bobby V, Bobby Darin, Buddy Holly, and all that sort of stuff. So my music was a bit, it was very, very old school. I wasn't even to rock until I came over to the UK. And then I went secondary school, met a few people that Iron Maiden, and then I branched off into the grunge scene. Met, as I call, like, his lifelong friend, and we were heavily into grunge, and then we just spoke about being in a band, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'll play drums. Didn't know shit about drums then. I just thought drums are cool.
Drums are cool. Typical kind of response there. No, drums are cool. You don't even have to be good. Just hit it, and there you go. You're a drummer.
Exactly. So I didn't really have, as a drummer, any musical influences when I was like getting older and older. It wasn't until I started drumming and getting better. That's when I started, listening to different types of music and being influenced more. So, my drumming, as I've got older, you'll see the styles. I'm doing everything from like hip hop, rap. I'm doing folk, rockabilly, metal, punk sort of thing. So my influences are coming from, different areas, and what my family, listen to, to what my peers, my colleagues, and, what my friends listen to. And it was just like a massive, mash of all these different types of like music.
I'm guessing with all those different, like that wide cast, various net of different influences that you had and that you grew up with and that you do, you mentioned hip hop and you mentioned metal and God knows how many others. How does that help you if your role as a session drummer? And do you find you are more versatile with what you do as a session drummer?
I stick by a rule. I always play what I enjoy. So it's not just about, the genres and all that sort of stuff and how I'm influenced. It's also if I like the music and I like the people I'm playing with, because you've got to have that, connection and camaraderie in music. And, going off the topic a little bit, being a talent scout and co-director with Madness Records, it helps me find new musicians because I'm listening to their music, seeing how they're influenced, and basically seeing if they're the same as everyone else. So it's about standing out, being different. It's about drawing things from different inspirations and making them your own, basically.
Moving on to your role as the talent scout, I'm assuming you find that little bit quite fulfilling because I know from the countless messages in the group chat about how excited you get just because oh, by the way, guys, I've got another great idea. I'm going to do this. Like, okay, Keith, crack on. Yeah, cool. You can have your funny 5 minutes. Just let us know when you're done and you calm down. Have your biscuit and your juice cup. Sit down, mate.
I feel I need Ritalin to calm me down. Sort of.
I don't even think that would do the job anymore, to be honest, mate. So, with your role as a talent scout, how do you find that then?
I kind of enjoy it because it's something I never thought about. And I've gone to various gigs, watched local bands, open mic nights, sort of thing. And I've watched musicians over the years. And I'm like, fucking hell, these people are good. Why aren't they doing any more? And blah blah blah, sort of thing. So I think being signed to yourselves and then doing other things, I was listening to other bands. I was like, shit, we're a multi-genre label. These guys would actually, suit what we are and what we're about, sort of thing. And I'm loving it. I'm still looking for new talent, and
much to my dismay.
Yeah. The good thing is I've taken a lot of work off, because I'm telling people to message me direct, and I feel quite horrible because the people that are messaging me, it's the same thing over and over again. So yeah, it's got its good points and bad points. It's got its good points.
Now you see, I'm just cutting right there. See now. This is the thing for everybody out there, right? When you do message labels and you do message anyone in the music industry that you want to listen to your sound, be creative, be imaginative, try and think of something different with how you approach your message, because as Keith just mentioned there, we do get the same message over and over and over again, and it's just to the point where nope. Yeah, if you're not creative, if you don't show you're creative in your message, how can you show you're creative in your music?
And also a hello would be nice.
That's always a nice.
The amount of times it's always been a case of listen to this, listen to that. It's like, well, that's you telling me listen to it. It's not a good introduction. I had one earlier where I put a post up and this woman was like, if I'm good enough, which I am, you'll hear me soon enough. I was like, you're stuck up your own arse, so ain't gonna happen, love.
Yeah, we've already got one person with their big head, and his name is Keith.
I'll just shop and drink my brandy.
So, what is the message you want to put out there for aspiring musicians, aspiring artists, just anyone trying to get a foot into the music industry?
I'm going to name drop now because,
of course, you are.
Being
you
can't a drummer,
go 5 minutes without name dropping.
Exactly. Being a drummer, I actually messaged the drummer from Machine Head, Chris Kontos, about, what message would he give to any drummer out there, regardless of their talent and how good they are. And what he said stuck in my head, and it basically said was, take risks, be different. And, that stuck in my head. And listening to artists, I see a lot of artists that are the same. It's repetitive. They sing about the same things. They're glorifying the same things. It's like, oh, look at me, blah blah. No, be
But I
different.
actually have a question with that one though myself.
Go on.
But you said that with obviously, uh, with a lot of when artists do a lot of music, it sounds repetitive and it sounds the same. They're glorifying the same things. But then, isn't that kind of a double-edged sword? Because a lot of stuff that has been done before is obviously going to get repeated. But for a lot of artists, it is very difficult to find something different that hasn't been done or
It,
overdone.
it's how you do it. So you think if you look at DMX with Rough Riders on the
Or Trash
old,
Zilla with Ladyboy Love.
yeah. You know, if you look at those artists, it's like you can do exactly what they've done, but it's how you're going to do it better and how you're going to do it. You know, how different you're going to. You know, like I say, artists should stand out. You know, if you're into someone and you're following their music, it's about what you're going to do different. How are you going to do it differently? You know, if you're a rap artist, we don't want to see how much fucking money you've got in your hand and guns and this and that. Oh my God, been there, done that, seen it. Be the next man. Do something a lot different. If you're on a metal band, you know, it's about bringing something new to the table. There are no boundaries in music. Push the boundaries. Be different. And that's what I believe, you know, when I'm looking for artists, I want something to stand out. You know, if it's like a pop artist, if it's catchy and it's got me within those 30 seconds, well, you know, you're on your way as long as you're not following the trend and doing this. Be different, you know, markets change, people change, sort of thing, and the audience change. And you know, if you're going to change with it, you've got two choices in life: go with the flow, be different, and don't care what other people think. If you don't care what other people think and you're doing something different, you know, you'll get attention for the right reasons.
There we go. There's the message. Be different. I'm not sure how many times he said be different. I kind of lost count after 20. If someone in the comments could let me know exactly how many times he said be different,
You'll win a
I'd be
prize.
I'd be very grateful.
Be, be different with your comments.
Oh,
What prize? It's like you know, Jerry Springer. Every time there's a fight, you have a shot. Or Blues Brothers. Every time they say we're here from a mission from God, have a shot. Be different.
oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, be different.
That could be the maddest slogan. I'm
Oh,
always on a label. Be different.
oh, oh my God. Okay. So, obviously, I'm going to be going back to your work as a session drummer now. You have opened up a few shows for a good few artists, and I know how much you love to name
Name
drop.
drop.
Can you tell us like some of the people that you've actually opened up shows for, or you've been doing the drumming for their shows?
So very blessed, very honoured to work with a rapper called Blacklisted MC, who's given me the opportunity to be his live session drummer. And working with him as a session drummer / live drummer, I've had the opportunity to open up for the likes of Mad Child. Some of you may or may know, massive Canadian rapper. Coolio, multi-platinum artist, Mr. Gangster's Paradise. You know, that was an amazing experience. You know, one of my influences many years ago, you know, to open up for him was a bit surreal. It was, you know, very surreal. Head Planet Earth, Hemlock, still very good friends with. Hopefully, want to share the same, you know, stages when they come back to the UK. So that'll be, you know, a blessing. Okay, now, yeah, quite a few. Oh my God, who else do I mention? What a Funk. Yeah, the singer was past member of Crazy Town that did that song Butterfly. You know, been on tracks recorded with Blacklist MC back in the day when I was in a band called Free Lurch, and we had Coolio, Bizarre from Eminem's multi-platinum selling group D12, and John Edney from Opium, who did Heaven's a Half Pipe. So yeah, I've
Oh, that
been
was a good
about.
song. I remember that song from my childhood. Oh, wow.
It is. It was a tune. I can't. I've still got the CD indoors
I think I've still got the CD somewhere in my
Yeah.
collection. I haven't
So
got rid of any of my old CDs from my childhood.
dude, that was kind of surreal, and I've still got the track with all three of them on it, and that's oh my god, that's got to be like 8, 9 years old. That track. It was never released. We just did it, and this was when I was in a band called Free Lurch with like Blacklisted MC, who I'm the live drummer for now, sort of thing. So that was kind of cool. So I've still got the original CD. So it's like, wow, I've actually drummed and had these artists on a track I drummed for. It's like, yeah,
That is absolutely incredible. Of the amount that you've done. That is.
there's a few more, but it's like name, name. I'm just blessed to have worked with quite a few artists, and
I just thought that question would have been a good one for you because one, I know how much you love the sound of your own voice, and two, I know how much you love to say be different, and three, I know how much you love to name drop.
be different. Name
There we go. There we go. Right. So also following on, obviously with your role as a session drummer, could you describe the color red to someone who's blind?
I'm partially colorblind, so
Oh.
okay. How about this? It depends what type of person you are. If you ever stab someone, you'll know. If you've ever fallen down the stairs and cut yourself, you'll know.
Well, I don't know about you, but my blood is blue because, I'm royalty.
Not really.
You've met me. You know what I'm like.
Yeah, you're the poor fucker that's having to interview me for this podcast.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Fine. That was a bad question for you. Okay. But
You can have another one later on, so that's fine.
yeah, I'll have another one later then. Okay. It's my understanding that you do a lot of work with Barbalux.
That's correct indeed.
How was that?
It's really fucking good because he's put me through my paces a hell of a lot. When I say put me through my paces, he's actually made me the musician I am. He's changed my train of thought, the way I drum, the way I do things, anticipate things. I've gone from sitting behind a drum kit now to playing a cajon. Something years ago I never thought I'd do. And working with Barbara, like we do different types of music. So we're doing punk, we're doing rock, we're doing folk sort of stuff. So it's very versatile, open. So at the moment, I'm solely doing a lot of the folk stuff, which it's been a massive eye opener for me because when I first started practicing with Barber, it was on the drum kit, and then I thought, well, it doesn't complement the music. It's not what it should be, and plus, his previous drummer, who I've now taken over from, big shoes to fill. He's the cajon, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna do what I need to do, I've got to be better than the next man and bring the next thing to the table. But no, it's been really good directional thing in the music. We've recorded an album that's been in the pipeline for many years, Chronicles of John Brute Volume 2. So we're just getting a few bits compiled, getting a few more bits added onto it before it's released. So a couple of months that'll be done. We've got a couple of gigs coming up, so I'm working solely on the folk stuff because on the 17th of July we're playing the Toll Puddle Martyr Festival, which is online at the moment due to COVID restrictions. So I'm looking forward to that.
Naturally. Can you get tickets for that?
I need to double check because they only recently announced it 2 weeks ago. So if I can get a link, I'll send it straight over. I think it might be free.
I'm not sure. I don't know because I don't know anything about the gig, so I'm not sure. But I'll tell you what, if as soon as we find out whether you can get tickets or if this gig is for free and we get the links and all that, we'll have the link to that show on our website Obviously, the website will be linked down below, obviously, with all the other relevant tags and everything else that you need. And it will all be there for you if you want to check it out, which I will definitely highly recommend that you do, because one, Keith is a great drummer. It's the only time he actually shuts up.
Not really, because I do backing vocals, so I don't really
Oh, for
shut up
God's
at all.
sake. Oh, wow. Okay. So how did you actually get into like working with Barbalux? I mean, how did that come about?
Oh my God, I'm going to sound like a right prick now.
Yes.
So prior to knowing Barbar for solo stuff, he was in a band called King Prawn, underground ska punk band, very successful sort of thing. And I messaged Barb, must be about 3-4 years ago out the blue, wanted to work with him. And he was in Australia at that time, so I was a bit heartbroken for like, an influences in my life I wanted to work with. Can't. Then he came back and actually messaged me at a gig. I was like, oh, brilliant. You know, invited me down, you know, had a beer with him, had a whiskey with him, got talking, and I think it might have been 2017, 2018. He headlined a gig at the Bird's Nest in Deptford, and he asked if I wanted a drum. I was like, oh, fucking hell. You know, I was like, yeah, you know.
So it was like a dream come true.
Yeah, not just that. I was kind of, I thought I was out of my depth. I thought this guy's a legend, you know what I mean? Not because who he is, musically talented. You know, if you want to work with a musician, work with someone who's very open-minded and versatile and does what they want to do because it's what they want to do and how they, you know, it's about them enjoying the music. It's not about, you know, pleasing people. It's about producing music they love. It's like a labor of love, you know what I mean? And yeah, ever since that gig, we've been chatting, you know, working ever since, and it's been absolutely, you know, amazing. I see him, you know, friend, family, you know, he's like an uncle sort of thing. I've learned a hell of a lot from him, and yeah, you know, I'm in it for the long haul, and it's absolutely fucking amazing because I've changed so much as an individual and a drummer because I've learned to be more humble, you know, in life. And yeah, it's nice. It's put me to the test because, like I said, it's something that I've never done before. You know, musical wise, I've always done metal punk sort of thing. So for me to do this type of music, it's like, can I do it? You know, this man is very good at what he does. Am I going to be capable of playing up to his standards and anticipating what he does? And you know, I've been able to do that, and it's been good.
So to put it one way, he's been very instrumental, if you pardon the pun. he's been very he's been very instrumental in forming the musician that you are, then, in helping you grow into what you are.
It's like being clay or mold. It's like, you know, being molded into the person I've become because I've now opened my mind a little bit more into the, you know, what I listen to and how I see music and how I, you know, how I play the drums now. Because like I say, I'm not playing on a drum kit. I'm playing on a cajon now. It's a different setup.
Yeah.
It's a different, you know, it's a different ball game. And even I'm playing, you know, playing with an artist who's up there, you know, it's a privilege, it's an honor to be able to, you know, fill in for the next man and basically do my bit and shine. So yeah, it's good, and I look forward to, you know, what's in store because new stuff's being written as we speak. So I'm looking forward to practicing, getting that stuff recorded. So yeah, watch this space. It's a good journey. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, well, that was definitely interesting there, but it's now time for us to move on to the proper nitty gritty, horrible part.
Wasn't me.
When we get down to the nitty gritty to really find out what we can. Are you ready for this?
Well, you can see the ironing board in the background, so that's a good thing. It's never been used. It's been used as a table.
It's not what I meant, but
No, go on.
Right, time for the nitty gritty. Now, your first tough question. Okay. What is the weight of a ping pong ball?
You know, I thought you were going to say the 2 times table because that would have screwed me up a little bit more. Can I Google this? A weight of a ping pong. Have I got a ping pong ball in here? No, I have.
The
1
fuck
gram.
knows. 1 gram.
Yeah.
You going for 1 gram? Well, I'm
Why
just
not?
googling it right now, and apparently is 2.7 grams.
Yeah, I was close. That was a good guess.
So, what kids movie has scared you the most?
Kids movie. So Nickelodeon. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I remember that.
Yeah. Actually, I got my daughter to watch it because I was like, "This is amazing." I remember this as a kid. So I was like, "It's on YouTube." There was this one episode about this clown called Zebo. That's the most because kids went to the like theme park. It's like, oh, ghost house, blah blah blah, sort of thing. Oh, there's this clown that died in there called Zebo, blah blah blah. You know, and then everyone was scared to go in there. Typical kids. Oh, you're too scared. Go in there. Blah blah blah. Oh, but how have I know you've gone in there? Get the guy's nose. So they got the guy's nose, and so yeah, that
I
kind of
don't
really.
think we really need the rundown of like scene for scene for the film, but thank you very
It's a
much.
great episode. Watch it. Are You Afraid
Okay.
of the Dark? Zebo.
Okay. Okay. Right.
Zebo.
So, when you are up on stage and you're doing the live drumming for Blacklisted and any other artists that you're opening up for, what is the feeling that you get when you're there and you're like,
I've done that already. So I remember when I was opening up for Mad Child, only because issue with the sound. So I couldn't hear it in the monitor properly, so I came in too early. I was like, this is in front of people. I was like, it's not good. But lucky enough, like I remember Blacklisted looking at the sound and it's like, he's doing that. And I was like, are we ending the show? But no, he just went, look, can you turn the monitor up? I was like, yeah, it was fine. You know, thoughts always in my head. My thing when I go on stage, I'm always like, can't remember the song, can't remember the song, can't remember that goes, can't remember that goes. But yeah, once I'm on stage, it's a different thing. It's different. I don't worry because you know, live, unless it's major, no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know, sort of thing. Don't beat yourself up about it. There's no point. You know what I mean? I've made big mistakes, small mistakes. It's
is
how
there
you.
anything that you do that tricks the audience into thinking that you haven't messed up?
Well, the fact that I wear a mask on stage with Blacklisted MC and no one can see my face, no one ever knows, so it's not too bad. Or I do this stupid face where I'm playing, I just go. I do these stupid faces where I'm just like, you know. But yeah, with Blacklisted MC, I wear a mask, so it's fine. No one can ever see it.
Well, there you go, everybody. Next time you're at a live show and you see Keith up there on drums, as soon as he does that face, you know he's messed up.
Well,
so,
but
so can you tell me what your biggest fear is?
my biggest fear.
Mm.
You know, I haven't got it. I haven't got a biggest fear. However, I've got vertigo.
So, what's the most trouble you've ever been in then? Nothing like proper, super duper illegal or criminal. You know, keep
Okay.
it, but try and keep it friendly.
Okay. You know what? I see this as really bad. I was a kid. So back at Germany in primary school, on the playground, onto the grass, because like, yeah, it's sunny, we're allowed onto the playing field. And my mate Andre drops his hat. And as he's dropped his hat, I've picked it up and I threw it in a bin, blah, blah. And I remember the teacher like, oh yeah, this guy's hat's gone missing, da 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 da, sort of thing. And a few of us got called up and I was like, was it me? I knew nothing about it, sort of thing. But yeah, that was like, you know what? I'm 37 now, and I think that must have happened. I must have been like 8 or 9 when I did that, and I still feel bad for it. That's gonna be the worst thing I've ever done. Pissing on the street doesn't bother me. If I've got to go, I've got to go. You know what I mean? But I think the fact that I did that, and I was like, no. And this guy was my best friend as well back in Germany, and the fact that
clearly not. If you did that.
If you're watching Andre, I'm sorry for like throwing your hat in the bin and it getting like, you know.
He's saying he's sorry. He's actually not. mean, you can see him smile right there. He's not sorry. So obviously you've been doing music for quite a while, but coming up
Too
18
long.
years now.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. Is there, if there was something about the music industry that you had the power to change and you could change it, what would it be?
That's a good question. It's quite hard. I'll say, it's more to do with bands getting paid. We see the whole thing about,
Or like the pay to play sort of thing?
yeah, you know what,
I hate that.
that's always a void. If a venue turns around and say, oh yeah, you've got away because you're not going to make any money back, and they're just using you. For me personally, it's like making sure the bands get paid a decent wage, because at the end of the day, it is true what you see on the internet. They do spend a lot of money on their equipment. They do spend a lot of time and effort rehearsing, dragging equipment to studios, and if you're going, for example, from London to Manchester and you're getting paid 30 quid just to get your name out there, it's a bit. However, you've got to balance things out. If you're working and you're comfortable with your money, then it should mean, yeah, I mean, it should mean a thing. But yeah, I think bands deserve some sort of acknowledgement financially when it comes to providing a show sort of thing, especially if you're traveling long distance just to get paid 30 quid.
Yeah. See, I did hear somewhere, I can't remember where. Maybe someone could let me know let me know in the comments or something. But I did hear that there are a few venues, I can't remember whereabouts, that will pay paying bands and all that, like the living wage just for performing for the night. I'm not. I definitely read it up somewhere. I can't remember where it came up on one of my news feeds one morning, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I can't wait to tell Keith that." And I completely forgot to tell you.
Burn the place down.
Yeah, but I can't remember where it was. Maybe if someone does remember, they can let me know. Um, but I am pretty sure that was something that was brought up on one of my news feeds. It was like,
Oh, really?
because of everything that's happened through lockdown, the performing arts sector has suffered immensely, and no one has really done anything to try and help. That now there's a lot of venues and promoters and all of that are now trying to say that they will start offering the living wage for performing and performers to try and help get the scene back up and going. I could be completely and utterly misquoting what I read, but again, if someone can let me know, that would be absolutely fantastic. But I'm pretty sure I definitely did see that somewhere. So then, so moving on. How do you feel that the internet has affected the music industry, the music business?
I'm gonna sound like an old man now.
Yep.
Coming from the MySpace days. No, it's got I think online social media presence. It's got its good points and bad points, especially if you're looking at during COVID and lockdown. You know, bands have been going online promoting their music. That's all good because social media is really powerful. It's very, very powerful to get your name out there, sort of thing. However, I've seen on a lot of pages, especially being a talent scout, spam, spam, spam. You know what I mean? I find it quite demoralizing. It's good and bad. Like I say, people have got lazy. They don't want to play gigs. They just want to record something at home, put it out there, and they expect, like my stuff. Have you heard this? Have you heard that sort of thing? And I always tell musicians, if you're going to put stuff out online, play gigs, do this, do that, do an online stream. I think, yeah, like I say, good points and bad points, basically.
Yeah.
If for example, if I weren't a drummer and I was a singer songwriter, I think, for me, I see it as an advantage because I can go online, live stream and do a live performance,
Mm.
providing I've got the right home setup, sort of thing. So yeah, it's got its advantages like that. But like I say, you can play at home or you can go out and play. So it's it's mix and match. It's what suits the individual.
Well, in my opinion, I think the internet has been, really good. Like for it, that's like with stuff with how you said, getting your name out there, putting your music out there. But in a way, it's also been kind of bad because the market has been just so saturated
Yeah, yeah.
with everybody now going, oh, I made something here. But that's just
It's kind of funny because, like I say, being a talent scout,
it's a double-edged sword, really, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, I've had people message me, and I'm like, okay, I know what I'm looking for in my music, sort of thing. And when I ask them, have you played any shows? No. Why not? I just write music indoors and post it online. I'm like, well, if that's what you want to do, good. But I'm after musicians that want to do both.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it? I mean, if you need the stage presence to build up an audience, it's all well and good putting music out there like that you've just created on your computer or your laptop. But
Mhm.
unless you've had any stage time to actually go out there and perform what you've written, what you've done and created
It's it,
live.
it can be a fake market as well. Put a song out on Facebook, find someone on Fiverr, give them like 20, 30 quid, and then, oh, look at all these views I've got. Feed the ego, feed the
Yeah, if you want to actually know what people think of your music, go play live and then do open mic nights or something like that and actually talk to people after you've done your show just to actually get some like genuine feedback and build that rapport for an audience and grow a fan base that way. That's
exactly.
how that's how loads of musicians and artists do it. So what's stopping you? I mean, obviously lockdown, that's stopping, but you know,
See, social media is good for advertisement in the sense of, if we're not on lockdown, post online, get your name out there, get your following, get your fan base, and gig as well. Content is very, very key. So if you've got an up and coming gig, post, share. You know what I mean? Get people listening, share it to the people in your area, get them coming to your gigs because it's got to work both ways. So if you're a live performer and you're also working online, then basically target the people that are going to come to your gigs.
mm,
There's no point having 70,000 people that have liked your music video. How many are going to come to your gig? How many how many people in your area, sort of thing. Target the people you want to target the people that want to come to your shows. There's no point having all these views when you perform and then two people rock up. Great.
yeah. So Keith, I have to ask. Yeah, this question has been gnawing at me for a while now, so I really have to ask it. It's what is your most useless talent?
I can scratch my head with my foot. There you go.
You can what? Sorry.
So I can scratch my hair.
Oh my god.
Well, it saves me using my hand when I can use my feet. I can actually fold into a box as well. I can't do it because by the time I put the phone, I don't know. Could I show you?
No, okay, no, it's fine. Honestly, I believe you. Wow. Well, okay, I've only got two more questions for you. Jesus, thank God. Would you like to come back on here again in the near future?
No. No, I'm joking. Yeah, of course I would. But
Well,
I reckon.
you
I
can say
reckon.
no if you like, but you actually don't have a choice. You're under contract.
Yeah, no. It'll be cool. It will be cool to come back, and I reckon that when I come back, it should be a case of there should be a comment section where a bit of a Q&A where people ask questions as well. So it's not just coming from madness; it's coming from like people we don't even know, because it shouldn't just be about people that enter our music and people of everyone, no matter how good it is. They could be like, oh, oh, Keith, what time do you take a dump? That's
Well,
kind of
if you
cool
had let me
because
do my finishing statement, that was actually something I was going to mention.
boom.
Mm. So, do you sing in the shower? What do you sing?
I don't shower. I have a bath.
Oh, for God's sake, you're one of those peasants.
No, I have a bath because I'm the type of person where a bit of like redox bubble bath. As my partner called me, I'm a pamper princess. So it's like
You are a
I've
princess, yeah.
I have my bath salts,
Oh
everything.
my God, I can
Yeah.
believe it as well. I can actually believe that as well. Well, that is all the time we have for tonight or today or whenever I upload this video. In the meantime, everybody, if you've got any questions you would like to ask Keith for the next time he comes on, just put them down in the comment section below. Just remember, the more ridiculous, the more bizarre, the better. I really want to throw this guy off his game for a change.
Won't
You know?
happen. Be different.
Oh, for God's sake. we are going to have a couple of links to some of the stuff that Keith has done in the comments as well. Well, that is all the time that we've got for today. Thank you very much, Keith. In the meantime, everybody, if you've got any questions you would like to ask Keith the next time we get him on the show, just put your comments down in the comment section below. And the more ridiculous and bizarre the question is, the better. And we will read them out next time Keith is on. But please make them bizarre because I really want to throw this guy off his game for a change. That would make my day, to be honest. We will have some links to some of the stuff that Keith has done before down in the description, and I highly recommend that you check him out. Give this guy some dues. He deserves it. The way he's spoken, he doesn't sound like he deserves it, but he does. And in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe because it helps the channel and it helps these podcasts keep coming out. Now, if you join me next week, I will have Mr. Will Gates from Trash Boy Entertainment.